Hey guys, today I want to talk about problems and faults with recent Dragon Ball Z games. Now, you may be wondering, Andrew, what do you mean by recent and problems and stuff with recent games? And it's simply, the biggest thing I want to talk about is that Dragon Ball Z games are too simple. They're not challenging anymore. The last amazing Dragon Ball Z game was Raging Blast 2. Yeah, it was Raging Blast 2. And then the only other good one before that one, other than the Budokai series, which is still a very controversial very controversial topic between the Tenkaichi style games and the Budokai style games. Personally, I prefer the Tenkaichi style games to the Budokai style games because I believe that the Tenkaichi style games are more competitive and more fun than the Budokai style games. And that's just me personally, and Josh too. This is not going to be a video about that. But what I wanted to talk about was one of the major downfalls with the Dragon Ball Z games in the most recent Dragon Ball Z games, minus Xenoverse, but Xenoverse kind of still fits in this little grouping, is that they really dumbed down games to reach a younger audience, which is fine. People complained that Tenkaichi 3 was too difficult, so then we got Ultimate Tenkaichi. And Ultimate Tenkaichi is technically Tenkaichi 4, if you guys didn't know that. So, technically, they dumbed down Tenkaichi 3, made it Tenkaichi 4, and Ultimate Tenkaichi, and we saw what we got for that. Granted, that game was amazing graphically, and I loved the creative characters, and the moves were awesome, and the super attacks and stuff were awesome. But the game itself had, the fighting had no substance whatsoever. It was basically an entire rock, paper, scissors game, which, to me, was boring and it got old really fast. But I liked the creative characters and I liked that story mode. So it's kind of it's kind of different to really, whatever. And then Battle Z was just pure garbage, okay? Now, I will admit, I liked Battle Z for a little bit, because it was new, and it was fresh, and it was neat, but after you played it for more than a week, you got tired of it, which is really the case with a lot of games nowadays coming out. I liked Battle Z for a little bit. It was fun to just kind of play around and goof around and whatever, but there was no real combat. It was basically an arcade game. It wasn't a fighting game. It wasn't a true DBZ game. It was an arcade game, which, it was fine, whatever, because it's kind of like J-Stars, only J-Stars is far better than Battle of Z, which is why I have J-Stars playing it right now. So Josh and I never played Battle of Z. I think I was the only one that bought a copy of it, actually. It was just boring. It just wasn't fun. It was, they had a good idea, and then Xenoverse came out, which was Xenoverse was, the biggest improvement. Xenoverse was the best game since 2011, or 2010, whenever RB2 came out. Maybe it was 2012, I don't remember, but Xenoverse was the best game that we got in at least 3 years. But yet, at the same time, Xenoverse really isn't that fun to me all the time, because at the same time, it's a great game, creative characters, it's, real time, no, stupid cutscenes to interfere with battles. It's 2v2, 3v3, 1v1. You can co-op with your friends, which is what Josh and I do all the time. We do 2v2 battles and we win a lot most of the times. Especially now that there's new people playing it, because a lot of the older people that were playing it just kind of stopped playing it. But it's still very shallow. There's not much combo-wise that you can do. It's not a fighting game. I mean, it's a good game. It's an amazing game compared to what we got. But, I mean, it had combos more so than Tenkaichi, Ultimate Tenkaichi, and Battle Z. But, at the same time, it wasn't what I expected. Kinda. I don't really know how to explain it. It was kinda just too dumbed down. And the stamina system was awful. I hated the stamina system. Basically, the entire problem with DBZ games anymore is that it's not based on skill. Because Xenoverse is a gray area, and if Josh was doing this video with me, he would be saying the same thing. But Xenoverse is a gray area, because you can be good at the game, you can be skilled, but there's a limit to how how skilled you can be. Because, like, no matter how much skill you have, if someone has an OP build, you're gonna get wrecked, no matter what. All it takes is just, like, I was kicking this one person's butt. You might have actually seen it a little while ago. It was up about 2 weeks ago, and I was kicking this one chick's butt, and all of a sudden, she does, Bardock's move on me, or Riot Javelin, or something like that, and my health bar went from 3/4 to less than, like, it went from 3/4 to about, like, two hits away from death. That's how far it went down. And my health bar is pretty solid, not gonna lie, but it's not very big either, but at the same time, that's the kind of stuff I'm getting really sick of. If there's a game that, like, was actually skill-based, like RB2, RB1, Budokai, Tenkaichi 3, even Burst Limit, games like that, those were, like, the best games. I mean, I like Burst Limit, but compared to Budokai 3, it was terrible. And compared to Infinite World, it was also terrible. But those games had skill. You needed to actually know what the heck you were doing. Unlike in new games where you can just randomly push buttons and, you know, you could win somehow. Granted, I think a game should be difficult to master, but easy to learn, if that makes sense. Like, kind of like Tenkaichi 3, in a way, just before you shoot me out. Tenkaichi 3 was easy to play, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't figure out until after I got good at the game, like certain counter moves and stuff like that. And so that was good because it allowed for more depth. And the same thing with RB2 as well. Very easy to play, but once you get the timing right and, like, just a whole bunch of stuff and counter moves and stuff like that, you could do so much better than someone who just picked up the game and is just button mashing. For anyone that says that RB2, the only competitive games out there for Dragon Ball that are even remotely competitive are Budokai 3, Infinite World, Burst Limit, I don't know. I don't find those games to be very competitive at all. In fact, they're even less competitive for me. For me and Josh, or Josh and I, we've said this before a couple times, but those games aren't that competitive to us. I mean, we like them, but they're just not as competitive or fun to play as opposed to RB2, Tenkaichi 3, and yeah, and that's it. And Xenoverse, we play Xenoverse too. But what I'm saying is that the next Dragon Ball Z game, regardless of what it is, it has to have a good combat system, and you can't rely on stamina, kind of like Naruto with the log system. It has to be a good skill-based game. It cannot be just another Tenkaichi or Battle of Z or whatever. It has to be a good game. So, yeah, that's basically it, I would guess. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think about what I said in this video, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.